Two sisters.
Oh, yeah.
Now, national insurance.
Something done, didn't they? That was fucking large years.
So what's the view down at the sweet store? Keep the plan brave or to do that?
Oh, no biting.
Keep it, I think, because we're in debt.
No biting. Play nicely.
I imagine there's got to be...
Is that your ball? Or is that your ball? Is that your
Most people
ball?
I spoke to here
Is that your ball?
was the big election issue and national insurance.
Right.
They're going to dry out those whites.
That it wasn't a deal breaker. What about Chester's employers? How important to them is this argument? This shop floor reflects the state of the economy. A sign manufacturer that's seen orders fall 15% since the start of the recession.
Oh, upside down. Upside down. Upside down. Upside down.
Is a strong economy.
Upside down. Upside down.
National insurance contribution is
They must know, like, the difference.
Right.
He looked at me like,
Yeah.
who are you?
Should be increased to pay for the benefits. And I believe that that's probably the way.
Is he growling?
Yeah. It's a spring. Yellow spring.
Here they say things are only just improving, and a planned rise in national insurance will be bad news.
It will be a disaster for a small business like us. We are struggling to survive. Minimum wage is high. It's very difficult to find as well the right people to work. And once we want to get more tax on that, because we are struggling.
It seems an unlikely election issue, but wherever we went today, people were talking about the economy.
You want to play?
National insurance
You want to play that game?
represents two politically different routes to recovery. Richard Bilton, BBC News, Chester.
The view from Chester on the planned national insurance increase. Well, the sharp focus of the argument here is the effects of the rise on jobs. Labour and the Conservatives clearly disagree on the likely effect. Now, throughout the campaign, our specialist correspondents will be taking some of these key issues and trying to establish the facts. It's called Reality Check, and here's our business editor, Robert Peston.
Wait,
with the
no
first
biting.
campaign.
No biting your tail.
Another busload of business leaders and bosses of British companies employing many thousands of people have today backed the Tory campaign to reverse in part Labour's planned increase in national insurance. So it's time for a reality check on this, the first fought argument of the general election campaign. Who's right about national insurance? It's an argument about economics, but also about what kind of balance we want between the public sector, the schools and hospitals we use, and the private sector, which generates much of the tax that pays for those essential services. First, the economics. Both big parties would take several £billion out of the economy. Labour by an increase in national insurance to raise a bit more than £7 billion. The Tories by cutting spending by £6 billion. But Labour claims that cutting spending now, as the Tories would do, risks putting the UK back into recession.
I think it's a very bad idea because it leaves a massive hole, and that hole can only really be filled at the moment by one particular cut, and that will be a cut on jobs.
By contrast, the Tories say that the proposed rise in national
Puppy.
insurance is a tax on jobs because it would be paid both by employees and by employers. And
Johnny.
the cost of employing people would go up, companies would shed jobs or hire fewer individuals than they would otherwise do.
What do you want?
The Tories would
Hey, what do you want? What do you want? That little one.
Employers and staff would be up to £150 a year better off per
Could you take
employee
us to the
than they
airport?
would be under
Yeah?
Labour's
Right,
plan.
again?